Well, I just realized after looking back at some of my YouTube videos, it's been a few months since I've actually even uploaded a new video about the Mame cabinet that I finished about 3 months ago, so I'm going to do a real quick video on that. As you can see right here, got lit up custom marquee, custom control panel. Finally sourced myself a coin door. Had to do a little modification in the cabinet to get it to fit, but nothing that some Dremel and a hacksaw can't do. Also, if you open up this tray here, I've got two arcade light guns. They're IR guns, so you can see on the video up here, up at the very top of the screen, you'll see this IR bar up here. That's for the light guns. You don't see that light since it's infrared, so you don't know it's there unless you're looking at it through a camera. Also got a Nintendo 64, as you can see, hooked up. I've only got 2 controllers because, well, I very rarely have more than 2 people playing. We'll slide that back in. Let's see, I'm trying to remember where I left off on my last video, but as you can see, I've got the screen in place, the smoke plexi in place. I had custom cut. Not a lot has really changed on the other videos other than the fact I've got it completely buttoned up. So right now I just got Dark Stalkers running on it. Really like that game, was never good at it. So we'll just back out of here and kind of show off the front end a little bit on Mame. So I've got Mame set up. I've got some of my Dreamcast games on here. Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and on the PC side I set up a couple of the PC shooters, since there's not really good emulation for these yet in Mame. These are for the PC version, so I've got House of the Dead 2 and 3, and Virtua Cop 2. I couldn't get 1 to work because I'm running 7 on this machine and it just refused to work. So yeah, really fun machine. Gets played quite a bit, although I've been lately switching gears and playing my dedicated Centipede cabinet, since I finally got that one all built up and working again. But yeah, control panel's pretty basic. It's a 2-player setup with a 4-way joystick in the middle there for your older games. Spinner and trackball. I used the trackball quite a bit. I was playing a lot of Centipede and Millipede before I actually got a Centipede machine, but I play a lot of Golden Tee, so the trackball is really nice on there. Not too much Missile Command. I do like Marble Madness. That one's pretty fun too, and Crystal Castles I'm actually really enjoying. The spinner I just put on there because I had this made up, so it was only a couple bucks more. When I build another one, I'm definitely going to do it myself because, well, in building this, I've learned everything I need to do to wire these. Spinner's handy. I don't really play many spinner games, so yeah. The setup on here is you've got a total of 7 buttons for each player. 8-way joysticks, all that good fun stuff, and then you've got a couple other custom little buttons. Didn't necessarily need these, but they work really well for having kind of dedicated. You've got your rotate left and right, and your other asteroid buttons here, your missile command buttons, and kind of nice to have them. And it adds extra buttons to the panel, but it doesn't really clutter it like I've seen some other panels. I am going to be swapping out all the buttons you see on here and getting lit up counterparts. So I'll have blue here, white here, then blue here, and then, of course, a red right there. Because I wanted to kind of keep it with the theme. I was going to get RGB buttons, but it's like, well, my cabinet itself, as you can see, is blue and black and white. I'll never use the other RGB colors on it, so it saves me a little bit, too, because I won't have to buy 2 controllers. But without getting long-winded, I'm going to set it up so in Mame, when you pick a game and fire it up from the list, only the buttons that are being used for that game will light up, which is really cool. I don't have too much of a problem because, I'm the one that configured this machine, so I know pretty much what button does what. But, somebody comes over and wants to play a game, I much rather have it set up. They pick the game, fire it up, and only the keys that are going to be used light up, which I think will be pretty cool. So I'll be ordering those here probably tomorrow, if not Monday or whatever day it is. Get those set up, installed, and then I'll have to do some programming. And actually, I won't have to do too much programming on the Mame side. I think it's pretty much out of the box looks for the config file, but for like my other stuff, like you know, the non-Mame, I'm gonna have to just set up a little script or something. Like the Genesis will be real easy because it's just gonna be the 6 buttons here, so I'll just have those lit up, and then the start button. Kind of the same thing with the Dreamcast. Don't have to worry about for the 64 or the Super Nintendo, since I've got 64 Nintendo 64 controllers, and I also have the Super Nintendo mapped out to those too. That works pretty well, so don't worry about that. And the PC side, it's just shooters, so it doesn't really matter on that. So yeah, that's the finished cabinet. Like I said, it's a fun little machine. It was a fun first build, and of course spurred me into getting an actual dedicated machine, and it's only going to go from here. My next one, actually, I'm trying my hardest not to buy any more for now. I do have a little bit of room left over, but I really want to get a pinball machine as well. I was thinking about getting some more arcade cabinets because there are a few out there that I want to, personally own. But I've really been itching for a pinball table. Been playing pinball locally again since cool arcade opened up locally. So I've been playing one of my favorites, Whirlwind, quite a bit, and starting to get really into it again. I think my next purchase is going to be an actual pinball machine and start learning that stuff. But yeah, this is only the beginning. I can guarantee years from now I'm going to have lots of these machines. I'm even toying with the idea of picking up some that aren't necessarily my favorites, but repairing them, turn around and reselling them for a few bucks more in order to fund and get some more stuff. But yeah, so that's the Mame cab. Any questions, feel free to hit me up on YouTube. Pretty knowledgeable on doing the Mame setup and everything. And if you want more details on, like, where I got my marquee made, or what screen I'm running in here, or where I got the plexiglass, or, just wiring questions, or even want to know where I got the cabinet kit, or would, want to see plans and make your own, I can point you in those directions. But, yeah, so any questions, hit me up, and take it easy.